Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and I am a 25-year-old full-time data scientist, part-time content creator, and this is how much it actually takes to live alone in New York City. Alright, so a very quick intro. So for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I primarily focus on making content around living in New York City, being a 20-something-year-old, navigating my 9-to-5 tech job, and just living life, hanging out with friends, eating good food. You might know me through my apartment hunting video. So given that context, you can only imagine how many questions I get around how do I budget, how much money do I actually spend in a week, in a month, how can someone afford to live in such an expensive city? I'm still asking myself that question every single day. So the primary purpose of this video is to give a little insight and help those of y'all who are interested in moving to New York City and want to understand how much it actually costs to live here. And disclaimer, it is very expensive, and I just want to make a note that no one should be living above their means. I understand that this is my decision to locate myself in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and that is definitely a choice. Obviously, prices vary all throughout the United States, all throughout the world. And so all of the things that I mentioned in this video is relative to the area that I live in. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind because it's really unrealistic to compare, let's say, living expenses and rent prices from the Midwest to a big city like New York City. So the structure of this video, first I will go through kind of like what I spend in a week very quickly, briefly grazing over each day. I tried to pick out a week that accurately depicts my spending habits on average. Next, I'll go through my monthly expenses, and then lastly, I will give y'all a final number and breakdown. So before I dig into how I spend, I want to quickly share with y'all how I save, and specifically how I save with the sponsor of today's video, Empower. I save in two ways with Empower. The first is by being smart with my money and signing up for cards that make my money work for me. The Empower card is a one-of-a-kind debit card, and it's loaded with benefits. You can get your paychecks up to 2 days faster, and you can also earn up to 10% on cashback deals on things that you're already spending money on. The second way that I save with Empower is by automatically putting money away into a savings account. They have an amazing autosave feature, which I love to use. You can just set up a savings goal and they will find the opportune time to pull money from your bank account and put it into your savings goal. There will always be bills to pay, so this is a smart way to pay yourself first. Sometimes I check my account and I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, I saved so much money, and I didn't even know that I was saving. Lastly, they also have a really great cash advance feature where you can get up to $250. So there's no interest, no late fees, no hassle, super easy to use. Like I mentioned before, living in New York City is hella expensive, and there's no shame in needing a little bit of help. Literally, I wish I had this card back when I was in college because I was broke AF. And this would have been so freaking helpful. So that was it for this little saving portion of the video. And now if you're feeling empowered or inspired to start taking control of your finances to make your money work for you, make sure to click the link in my description box down below to check out the Empower app today. All right, so into the next portion, I am going to be stepping you through day by day how much I typically spend, and I have it in a vlog style to keep it more interactive. So I have everything on my screen right here. So I'm gonna be facing this way. So starting off with Monday, I spent the entire day at home. I didn't really leave my house. I'm typically a hermit on Mondays because I'm just working my 9-to-5, and then at night I have my nonprofit meetings, so I actually don't have time to spend money. And I'll account for coffee and food with my grocery bill at the end, but I eat everything at home. I spent a total of $0 Monday. Tuesdays are my work from office days, so I went in and the commute was $2.75 each way, and round trip it was $5.50. Coffee, lunch, and snacks were free, and then for dinner I just had leftovers from the day before. I'm not going to show y'all the cooking scenes or me prepping meals because I already do so much of that in my daily vlogs, and I also have a what I eat in a day video. out, and I'll link it somewhere here so you guys can take a peek at that if you're interested. So the total for Tuesday was just my commuting fee, so that was $5.50. Wednesday was another work from home day, meaning that I was a hermit yet again. However, after work, I did decide to attend a dance class with my friend, and it was $20 per class. I walked to and from dance, so I didn't spend any money commuting, and at night I also cooked dinner. So the total for Wednesday was $20. All right, so you might be thinking like, wow, Julia doesn't spend that much money on the day-to-day. So now we're on to Thursday, and Thursday is where things get progressively worse. So on Thursday, I went into work again. So I work from the office Tuesdays and Thursdays, and once again, the food was free. After work, I took the train to meet my friend for dinner in the East Village. She is like basically my little sister, and I haven't seen her for a while, so I treated this meal, and it was $46.40. Afterwards, I just walked home, and so the total for Thursday was $51.90. So Friday, I started the day off by going to the gym with my boyfriend, and since I'm his guest, I leech off of his membership, so I pay $0. Afterwards, I went home, started my work day, had some lunch, and then for the rest of the afternoon, I headed to a coffee shop to finish up my work for the work week. Coffee in New York City is very expensive, and I ended up paying $5.75, this is with tip, for an iced coffee with oat milk. All right, after work, I headed home, changed, and I went to have dinner with some friends. We celebrated my friend's birthday, and we got some Korean barbecue. With some drinks, the bill came out to be $59.80 per person. It is a very expensive meal, but the food was really good and the company was even better, so it was totally worth it. So the total for Friday was $65.55. Saturday morning, I woke up early to meet my friend who's visiting from LA, and we went to a really cute breakfast / cafe spot in the Lower East Side, and some toast and coffee ended up being $29.31 per person. At night, I met up with some girlfriends, and we had a little girls' night out. Going out in New York City is definitely where it gets really expensive. We did a little bar crawl and spent a total of $89.74 per person with drinks, with food, with lots of fries. And the grand total for Saturday was $119.05. Please refrain from judging because I'm already judging myself a lot. Okay, Sunday, the last day of the week. Sunday morning, not gonna lie, I was a little too hungover to be a functional human being, but I did get my butt up for lunch. I met my boyfriend in Chinatown, and we tried out this new Vietnamese restaurant. I had the bun gan, and it was very delicious. It definitely helped cure my hangover, and it's probably my new favorite Vietnamese spot, actually. He paid for this, and so it was $0 for me. Afterwards, we walked around Chinatown. I got some groceries for the week, and I like getting most of my groceries at the Asian supermarket because it's very affordable, but I also like to get a mix of stuff from Trader Joe's and Whole Foods from time to time as well. So the groceries in Chinatown ended up being $28.85, and I didn't show this, but I also stopped by Trader Joe's later in the day to get some other stuff, and that amounted to $32.52. Every time we're in Chinatown, we also get some scratchies. So I lost $4, 10, and we also got some pastries and milk tea as an afternoon snack, and that was $15.75. For the rest of the day, we headed back to my place and I cooked us dinner. So the total for Sunday, including the commute, was $81.12. Okay, so the next section is going through my monthly expenses. So obviously the biggest downside of living alone by yourself is that you can't split the rent or the utility bills with anyone, and you have to do all of that yourself. I've been really transparent about this. So my rent per month is $2,250. My internet bill is $56.33, and gas and electricity fluctuate around $40. I think the hard hitter was the internet bill, because like I always thought the internet was kind of cheap, but then when you have to pay everything by yourself and you want like fast Wi-Fi connection, it's like kind of expensive. I also have a handful of monthly subscriptions. So I have Netflix, which I pay $10.80 for. Don't ask me why I'm not on someone else's family plan. Like, I asked my sisters if they wanted to be on my family plan, and everyone is on like someone else's family plan. So I just have my own account. I do have a couple of subscriptions that I use for YouTube. So I pay for Epidemic Sound, which is copyright-free music. That's $15 a month. I pay for the Adobe Suite, so it's $57.69. And then also I pay for Canva as well, so that's $12.99 per month. I do have a coffee subscription, kind of. It's $59.98. I just buy my cold brew in bulk, and I buy 2 boxes every month. And I also get this question a lot. Do I pay for my Spotify premium subscription? No, I do not. So I do save $9.99 every month, which is pretty sweet. So since we've been calculating everything on a week level, I'll also break this down into weekly expenses. So for my rent and utilities, it is $586.58 per week. And for my subscriptions, it's $24.12 per week. I also usually sift out an additional like $100 per week for, you know, other expenses like buying clothes, buying new shoes, ordering stuff from Amazon, or if I need to like attend an extra event or something like that. All right, so you've made it to the end, and this is where I give you the final number and then also a breakdown. I'm kind of nervous sharing this number with y'all because it's like scaring me a little bit, but I did promise to be transparent and I wanted to be truthful. The cost of living alone in New York City for 1 week for me came out to be $1,126.18. Okay, it's a big number and it's freaking me out, but let me break this down for y'all. So this is still on a per week basis. $343.12. This was how much I spent on food, on groceries, on eating out, on seeing friends, and commuting throughout the week. $586.58 was how much rent and utilities cost. This obviously is the bulk of my expenses, and I pay $24.12 per week for subscriptions, and then I also have like that $100 per week miscellaneous cost. Sometimes I don't spend that $100, but I just have it there as a cushion in case I miss anything throughout my week. So that definitely is a lot of money, and if you want to, you could do the math, multiply it by 4, kind of have an estimation of how much I spend per month, but I don't want to think about that. So I do want to point out something that's super obvious, which is that everyone has a different lifestyle and numbers can vary based off of that. For the first number, I typically don't eat out Monday to Wednesday as a rule of thumb to help me save money. So that is why you see like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the costs were very low for me. But when I do go out, which is reserved for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I typically don't like to limit myself. Just as long as I know like this is a good buy or within my budget, I will purchase it, or I will eat it, or I will drink it. For the second number, you can definitely live with a roommate. I've lived with so many roommates previously before finally being able to afford a place by myself. You can also live in a different area in the city where rent prices are a little bit lower, and so there's a lot of ways to help impact that number as well. Another rule of thumb that I go by is the 1/3 rule. So typically 1/3 of my salary goes into my savings, 1/3 of my salary goes into spending, and then the last third goes into living expenses like rent and utilities. With that being said, I understand that living in New York City is not cheap whatsoever, but I am definitely living within my means. I understand my financials, I save, I budget, I am completely aware of how my money moves, and I have also worked very hard to be able to afford the lifestyle that I have today. All right, that is it for this video. I hope you found it informative, helpful, and if you've watched until this point, please leave me a money sign emoji down below to send me some virtual money because I am currently broke. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!